So right now I'm texturizing the background. First I put down charcoal, and now I'm using my blending stump, and I'm just doing something fun with a line. I think I'm going to go in and like tame it down a little bit after I put this texture in, just because I feel like it might be a little bit too distracting and it may be a little too similar to her hair, right? I want it to kind of pop out a little bit instead of, disappear behind the background. So I'm going to go in with my eraser and do a little bit more like blending and maybe even like an ombre kind of fade thing where it's a little bit brighter against her silhouette. Kind of like the photo, right? There's sort of glowiness around her, and that creates a nice contrast. So I'm going to go in there and just kind of do that. I'm using the eraser kind of like a texturizer too. So continuing to keep the lines in there. Maybe cleaning up the silhouette of her hair a bit. Again, you can put down a piece of paper if you don't want to touch your drawing. Every time you touch it, you're going to smear it. So this stage, you got to be careful. So that kind of simplifies it a little bit. So now I have this interesting texture, but it doesn't look as crazy as it does over here. And it makes her pop out a little bit more. And I literally did that in less than 5 minutes. Just really don't stress out about the background. It should be simple. Okay, so what more details can I get on here? Well, I tend to like high contrast in a work of art. So I have to ask myself, do I have enough dark shadows and do I have enough highlights? So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go in with my eraser and I might brighten up some stuff. So wherever I see highlights on her face in the photo, I might pop out another layer of bright. And that's going to make the face look even more three-dimensional. And I might lighten up her forehead a little bit here. Trying to capture that full range of value that we talked about. So the best way to really do this is just to go through your portrait and kind of go step by step. Like I'm going to just focus on the forehead right now and make sure I have my values in there. I got my highlights as bright as I want them. Okay, and then I'm going to focus on the eyes a little bit more. I did spend a good amount of time on the eyes already, doing some detail work and wrinkles and stuff. So I don't think I need to do too much more on the eyes. So I'm going to move down to the cheeks. I think that her lips need a little work. Maybe a little darker line in the part.
Miss Gerninger.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if we could like be in like breakout rooms so that like if you don't know how to do a certain thing, maybe someone could like help you.
Sure. If that's what you guys want to do, I'd be happy to put you in breakout rooms. Let me finish my demo. I'm actually not really sure what happens to my demo. Can you still see it if I put you in a breakout room?
I don't know, but I think there's a setting where you can share across all breakout rooms. I'm pretty sure.
Let me finish my demo and then I'm happy to do that because I don't know how to do that yet, okay? But I will investigate and figure it out.
The setting is only for text. I'm pretty sure the setting is only for text.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I want you all to be able to see this, so I'm going to continue on. But I'm almost done. So I'd be happy to put you in some breakout rooms. Okay, I feel like that improved her lips. I think it looks a little bit better. So now I'm going to really focus on this sweater. And it's pretty dark in the photo, but I just wanted it to have a little bit more range of value in the drawing. It's more interesting. But I'm going to add some dark lines to it and maybe a little bit more texture. Let's make it look a little bit more finished. This compressed charcoal is a little darker than the kind that you guys have, so you can actually see the difference, right, when I draw it on there, how much darker it is. The more compressed it is, the darker it gets. And I could take advantage of that and go in and where I have the dark areas on her face, I could add a little touch of this darker charcoal just to make things pop. Like the eyelash line and the crease above her eye and the pupil. And maybe some of her hair, like the shadows of her hair. Well, these are the details. These are the final things that I'm going to do to it before I stop working on it.
Miss Gerninger.
Uh-huh.
Can you please show me how to draw Bob Ross's teeth?
Teeth?
Yeah,
Sure.
I cannot draw it. I'm really bad.
Teeth are hard. Teeth are not the easiest thing because they're so tiny and sometimes it looks kind of weird when you draw the teeth, but sure, I would be happy to show you that. Okay, so I think I'm officially sort of done with this. I mean, I could really work on this forever and keep adding layers of charcoal and pulling away and so on and so forth. But for this project, I think this is a good stopping place. And so keep working, and I'm going to show Tabitha how to draw teeth. That's our hair demo there.
Last week you said I could go for feedback because I posted for feedback right now.
Okay. As soon as I'm done with my demo, little demo here, I will start doing feedback. Okay, Tabitha, I need to pull up Bob Ross's picture. This won't take a second. Let me share my screen for a second. Is this the portrait you're doing?
No.
That's not the one?
No, it isn't.
Okay. Is it this one? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to try to draw this big so you can see it on the screen.
Okay.
So basically you want to draw, I'm going to actually open his face up bigger here. Hope that didn't work. So you want to draw the shape of the inside of his mouth first. That negative space is going to be really important. And then the next thing you're going to do is find the center where that middle tooth is going to be and just kind of draw a line there. And then look at each tooth individually because each tooth is going to be shaped differently in that mouth. So that's tooth 1 right there. Tooth 2, I would go to the side here and draw this big tooth next. You want to kind of count how many teeth you can actually see in the opening of the smile. I can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8. I'll start from the center, and then I know there's 1, 2, 3 more here, and they get smaller as they go back, skinnier. So you're basically just looking at the shape. 1, 2, and then there's like a little hidden one back here. And then on the left we have just sort of pointy, sharp one there. Another pointy, sharp one. Basically just outlining them, and then one more. So that's all the teeth that we see in his mouth. And then we have to kind of look at the teeth and say, yes, they're white, but there is a little bit of value to it, and especially in the gums. So I would go in and I would shade the gums first. Get a little value shift in there. Use the charcoal that's already there. You don't have to add more.
It looks kind of creepy.
Yeah, mouths are, creepy.
At first, I thought it was a unicorn horn, but your hand was blocking it.
A unicorn horn. Okay, now this is the tricky part because the teeth are white, but most people's teeth aren't really white. They're kind of a yellowy color. So, and I want to get a little value in there, so I'm just going to kind of pull in a little bit, and then I'll do some erasing. I'm going to take my eraser and then I'll go in and kind of blend and erase and get that highlight somewhere.
Okay.
Okay, so
Thank
really,
you so much.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
And then of course his mustache and his lower lip. You can't see his upper lip, but because his mustache is, over it. But his lower lip is right here, and you'll put a little value in there. And then his beard kind of does a bunch of crazy stuff right here. Kind of goes in like that. And anyways. Okay, so I'm going to go wash the charcoal off my hands, and I'll come back and start doing feedback. Okay, so give me a second. Okay,